Mi scusi. Hi, hello guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Greta, and on this channel I talk all things related to spirituality, personal development, self-help, personal growth, and all of that beautiful stuff. And of course, sometimes a little bit about magic as well. But today's topic that I wanted to kind of discuss with you is actually toxic spirituality, and it's a little bit of a negative topic, but I feel like it's time we talk about it. I feel like it's time we address it, and I feel very good about this video because I feel like there are a ton of people who actually need to hear this, and I was one of those people as well sometime in the past. So without further ado, let's hop into the rest of the video. So first of all, I want to say that whatever is spirituality to you, it may mean a completely different thing to me. So there's no right or wrong way to do spirituality, and I feel like in the past years, in the past decade, this term spirituality has become very trendy almost, and sometimes it even loses its meaning. And sometimes people think that spirituality is just oh, I do meditation and I do yoga and I'm so spiritual and I'm so zen. But to be honest, spirituality is not only about that. To me personally, spirituality is anything that essentially combines my body, my mental health, my spiritual health, just my mind, body, and spirit into one beautiful ball of healthy love. Does that even make sense?
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
Basically, spirituality to me means taking care of my body, my mental health, and my spiritual health the same way. And I feel like there's a lot of I don't want to call it misinformation, because I did say that spirituality means different things to everybody, but I feel like there's not enough emphasis on the fact that your dark moments and your negative moments and your shadow self is just as important as the positive, the good times, the dreams and manifestations and everything. And in the spiritual world, we talk about law of attraction a lot. We talk about self-help a lot, meditation, yoga, scripting, journaling, all of that. And almost in every single video, you can hear the fact that you attract more of the same. So essentially, your physical world is a reflection of your inner world, and you always like dread it into your head that if you're gonna be negative, if you're gonna focus on the negative, if you're gonna see the glass half empty, you're gonna get more of the same, and you're gonna attract more of the same to your life.
You think I don't know that?
Which is true. However, I feel like that's where, like, with us emphasizing that idea and acting as if, first of all, I really hate this phrase, acting as if. I don't like it. First of all, even if we would talk about law of attraction, acting, it's kind of lying to yourself, so it doesn't really get you far. And second of all, acting as if just every day in your life, it kind of builds towards the toxic spirituality. So toxic spirituality to me, in essence, is when people neglect their certain issues in their lives, whether that would be psychological, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, I don't know, whatever issue that they might be going through, whether it's between them and their family, their partner, maybe they're suffering from depression or anything. It's just neglecting anything negative that is going on with your life and kind of just putting this, I don't know, label of like spirituality on it, and just pretending like if you're just gonna pretend like everything is fine and you're just gonna focus on like the things that are good in your life, the negative ones are gonna go away. That's not really how you're supposed to go about it. You cannot just put some fresh paint all over the gunk that is underneath. First of all, you need to clear it out, and then you make space for the new beautiful things to come.
Okay, you know what? That could be a little confusing.
We're not putting enough emphasis on the actual purpose of spirituality and the actual purpose of, you know, meditation and yoga and I don't know, scripture journaling, whatever you're doing, or maybe you're drawing and that is your kind of moment of when you connect to your higher self. Because to me, the true purpose is to address all of those things in my life, and to address those negative moments, to address those negative feelings, and to invite all of those practices that I have in my life to help me deal with those things. So I feel like with the rise of spirituality and law of attraction and all of these like morning routines, evening routines, which I certainly talk about as well, and it's an amazing world out there. But honestly, I feel like I've been, you know, a victim of this as well. I've received comments from people if I'm suddenly, you know, not super duper okay. People are used to seeing me, you know, kind of seeing the glass half full, and they just make assumptions, you know. Oh, but like, but this, but like, there's no but.
Yeah, but new, but yeah, but new.
You know, people go through ups and downs, and I did this to myself as well. There were certainly moments in my life where I just thought, oh my God, you know, I cannot feel this way, and I almost felt guilty and ashamed that I felt, you know, any negative emotions like anger, frustration, anxiety, doubt, fear, jealousy, envy, I don't know, whatever that may be. I felt ashamed, guilty, and I was like, oh my God, I'm almost like going against myself, and like I'm not spiritual enough or something. There's no such thing, but it almost something that goes through your mind at that point. So I feel like it's time we address it. And toxic spirituality, I feel like it's a relatively new term on the internet. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen a couple of articles here and there, but the I would say the official term, and something that is, I would say could be called toxic spirituality as well, is spiritual bypassing. And this term was coined by John Melwood back in the 80s. So it was literally a few decades ago. So that was a thing back then already, even without such an emphasis, you know, on social media and such an easy access to all of this information. But spiritual bypassing is basically using spiritual practices and spiritual ideas to avoid dealing with certain issues in your life and neglecting your mental health especially. So with this, I just literally want to invite you to start looking at things more differently, and kind of give yourself a quick pause, you know? I just want to remind you that it's absolutely okay not to feel okay, and you have to address those things, and you cannot all the time think that if I'm just gonna do this and this and this, and I'm gonna act as if, and I'm just gonna keep on meditating, keep on scripting, and keep on doing all of these manifestation techniques, and I'm just gonna, be on my best behavior every single day and just focus on all of these things that I'm grateful for and la la la. Actually, I lost the beginning of the sentence. But what I'm trying to say is that you cannot expect that if you do all of those things, the issues that are in the back of your mind, they're gonna just disappear. It doesn't work like that. You have to work on them. And if it's gonna take you a day, a couple of weeks, a few months, or even years to overcome it, of course, if you're dealing with it for a long, long time, there has to be some balance. But I recently did kind of like shadow work. I'm gonna make another video about this, but I was literally meditating on my negative negative habits, negative beliefs, negative feelings for literally, I feel like a month and a half or something. So my meditation literally included, it didn't include anything like positive, you know, it didn't include me visualizing how I want my future to look like or visualizing pretty things. It included me sitting down and literally thinking about all of the gunk that I have inside of me. And that has helped me so much to literally, you know, unclog everything that has been going on and just move past it. So it's super, super duper important to address the negative that goes on in your life. I don't want to curse. But also, I want to say very quickly that I don't think that toxic positivity is the same thing as toxic spirituality. Toxic positivity is a more popular term, I think, but I definitely think that they're related. And I've talked about this positivity stigma in the spirituality world in a couple of my other videos. And I do believe that it still exists. It's getting a bit better, but it still is very, very much there and very, it's not addressed enough. But I do think they're both related, toxic spirituality and toxic positivity. I just don't think that if you're experiencing toxic spirituality, you're definitely gonna find toxic positivity somewhere there because, you know, you're just concentrating on the positive all the time. But it's just one of the issues that arise from it. But toxic positivity can be just kind of like I think a separate situation on its own, because literally if you have no connections to spirituality, you don't consider yourself a spiritual person, you don't care about it, you're like you still can experience toxic positivity. So I don't think that it's the same thing, but they're definitely closely related. Now, I do want to give you kind of like 3 actions that I feel we all should take if we feel like, if we catch ourselves feeling ashamed and guilty of feeling negative or feeling some sort of way that goes against the norm or something. I feel like, first of all, you should stop whatever you're doing. Just for a second, stop your spiritual routines. Just stop. Just make sure that you kind of see the bigger picture. Just stop doing it. Change your life for a second. Stop it. See how you feel. And stop putting such a huge emphasis on the fact that, you know, if you will wake up each morning and script and meditate and do whatever you do in your mornings that goes into your spiritual routine, let's say. That's just an example about the morning routines. I feel like you will very quickly realize that you needed that separation for a second, and you will start to see the real purpose behind all of your practices. So I feel like it's very important to separate yourself from your spiritual practices, from your spiritual ideas, and just kind of maybe flip the side and try doing something else. Kind of separate yourself from the routines that you had. And secondly, that leads me to my second tip, like action that you could take is stop acting around other people. You're not a performer. people are not your audience. Sorry, I'm just looking at the time. People are not your audience. If you feel some sort of way, don't be afraid to just be yourself. You know, you don't have to go and complain everywhere, but definitely just let yourself be yourself. Don't act around other people. Don't act as if you're super duper happy and ecstatic when deep down inside you're just angry, frustrated, and anxious. Stop acting around other people. And that's gonna lift a huge, you know, weight off your shoulders. And thirdly, unclog whatever you've been trying to keep silent. So when you separate yourself from your, you know, spiritual routines, maybe, I don't know, try some HIIT workout that will just make you kind of sweat a lot and sweat all of your negative emotions out and just give you some, you know, I don't know, movement and a release. Maybe you can go to one of those like plate smashing places and smash some plates. If you feel like you want to cry for the entire day and just lay in your bed, do that. If you feel like you want to do some shadow work, that might be a good idea. That's what I talked about previously. Do that. Just do whatever makes you, it feel natural, you know? Do whatever your intuition tells you to do. Don't force anything. You're not gonna reach any of your goals. You're not gonna achieve anything with using force. So just trust your intuition. Pick up some activities that are just gonna make you move forward and help you address everything that has been laying somewhere underneath all of that beautiful fake paint. So that is it from me, you guys. I hope I didn't blab once again too much, because I feel like sometimes I talk about certain things that are very simple and I talk about them for a long time and I just blab a lot. I feel like that's my issue, but I'm working on it. So thank you very much for watching this video. Happy New Year. Very happy to see all of you guys, and I wish that 2021 is going to bring you a lot of happiness, love. Love is the most important thing, I would say. A lot of health, love, happiness, protection from your spirit guides, and riches in every area of your life. So stay safe, stay happy, stay loved and loving, and we'll see you next time.